What's going on, people? So we finally get around to doing this video. Yay! If you do follow me on my Instagram, which is the same name as my YouTube channel, you'd know that maybe about a week ago or so, I finally got back my engine components that were hydrocarbon dipped, whatever it's called. I'll put a link to the gentleman that did it in case you were interested in contacting him, or you know, maybe you have your own person that does it, whatever the case may be. So basically, I just want to go over real quick, show you what these look like. I'm going to show you the engine covers. I'm going to show you also another part that was done separately by American Brother Designs, and explain the process of me having to put all this stuff in, because this is a little different than your typical kind of engine dress-up setup. A lot of people are buying the covers for the tanks. I opted to go a different route. It's not like I'm the pioneer here. Other people have done this. It's not too common from what I'm seeing, and you know, I always want to be a little bit different. My thought process with this whole engine bay setup is that I wanted to keep it stock but different. So the parts are going to be stock for the most part, and what it's going to do is it's going to have an overall theme. So I'm going to have the carbon theme, and typically when you have the engine bay, especially with a supercharger like this, what you kind of sort of want to do, or in my case what I'm going to do, is have the outside, you know, themed in, right? But it's going to all blend so that the middle part is the focal part, the supercharger. To me, that's the heart of this engine. To me, that's the part I want eyes to look at right away. That's what's gonna pop in my engine bay. So just a brief, you know, explanation of what that is. What we have here is the coolant overflow tank. We have the supercharger coolant overflow tank. We have the fuse cover. I sent him the whole fuse cover. We have the ABS cover. We actually have a Yeti cup. As you can see, I sent him in my Yeti cup, and he did a custom carbon dip on it, which is pretty cool. We have the strut tower cover, and then over here, we have the final components to what's going to happen here. This is the engine cover, done in a carbon theme as the other parts, but this is octane red. That's silver, and then inside the lettering is octane red, as well as the Hemi being octane red. The part that wasn't done by my guy is this right here. This was American Brother Designs. These are the hood strut covers. If you're a subscriber from a while back, you'll see that I did have the same company do a set of these for the Scat Pack. These I really like. They're pretty cool. He had them done in the SRT Hellcat. So, and it's octane red, of course, obviously. I'm trying to have a little bit of a theme here. The other parts I ordered with that will be the fender emblems and the trunk emblem, but I just don't have the time to put those on, unfortunately, right now. That'll be a separate video. So let's show you what the engine bay looks like right now and show you kind of how things are gonna go. Why is that car with those squeaky effing brakes keep passing my house? Oh boy. So let's talk about the current state of my engine bay. And trust me, I'm not pleased with it, but it was worth the wait, and everything's gonna start being awesome. And please excuse the dust. It's pollen season. My whole freaking car looks like it's like a pearlescent, like red flake and green boogers. There's green everywhere. It drives me nuts just from having half of the car out outside the garage. It's ridiculous. I can't do anything about it. Tomorrow I'll wash it, so give me a pass here, okay? This is the state of the engine bay. As you can see, as I mentioned, I sent the fuse cover out. I had a near panic attack. As I was getting ready to mail out the part, I realized immediately that the extractor on the hood was right above the fuse box. So if I daily drive my car. I don't have any other car at the moment. So basically what I ended up having to do was I put a Ziploc bag with 2 zip ties so that water was not going to screw me up. I don't want to deal with the extra problems. So that will be fixed. Everything else is, you know, it is what it is. The major part of this install, otherwise it would just be a simple snap-on thing, but the major thing we're gonna have to do is, as you know, in the last car I had plasti dipped the whole coolant tank. What I'm gonna have to do with this car is obviously I couldn't send my part out and have him do it. I had to have my hydro dipper order me 2 completely brand new tanks from the Mopar site or Dodge Parts or Chrysler Parts, wherever he got it from, and then dip it on his own. So it was an extra cost, but now I'll have a spare set of tanks, and I have the tanks here done. So what I'm going to end up having to do is use a tool kind of like this. I'm hoping this works. I don't know how this will work yet, but this should be sufficient. I'm going to take this. I'm going to suck out the fluids one by one and put them into empty distilled water containers that I've saved, my gallon waters, and remove the tanks, swap the tanks, and fill them back up. I don't think it should be any issues. So let's shut up a little bit. You know how I roll. And let's just jump right into this. So as you can see, I'm not playing games. I don't want this coolant shit all over the place. So this is the way we're going to be rolling. And this is the contraption we have. So I can explain it briefly here. I've got a little pump. At the bottom of the pump is an empty Poland Springs container. And I cut a little hole. In the cap so that it's not like super loose. It's snug enough to keep it in there, so I don't have to worry about that coming out, because that would also suck. It's a 10mm. Just be careful taking this nut out, because I have a feeling that would have been abused. So I guess with those 2 bolts off, this should just lift up. Okay. I broke the cardinal rule in my book. I forgot to wear gloves. This stuff sucks. I hate coolant. I don't know what's gonna happen when I take this off. That's the problem. Sometimes suction gets involved. Gravity doesn't like me. I don't know if there's anything in that goddamn line. I hear stuff flowing in here. I'm gonna try to install this now. That's a hardy, snug fit right there.
Same between us. Is this the phone you use, or is that the old one?
That's the S8.
Like, do you use it now?
Yeah. Now we're gonna fill this bad boy back up. Hopefully. Look at this. Look at this beautifulness. Are you kidding me? That is some shit right there. That looks so good. It looks just so good. We'll put this back on. And then we're going to put this back on again. That is deadly. This one's got a bigger tank, so I'm assuming it's gonna fill up a lot more. So I have an idea. Usually what ends up happening to me is as soon as I take that top hose off, or any of these top hoses, it's like as soon as you tilt it, or even sometimes just take it off, the suction that was created in this system, it just goes boop, and it just starts like volcanic eruption of stinky ass coolant. I'm taking a hefty Ziploc and I'm putting some paper towels in there, and what I'm going to do is catch that hose and obviously try to keep it upright. I don't want everything to drain into here, but if it does drain, I mean, before I was having it soak up into a paper towel, but then if that got soaked up, it would still drip. This is going to prevent the drippage. Now I know there's some kind of like special tool probably, and I'm doing something wrong, or someone's going to comment and tell me my tools suck. I've had that comment already, that I have amateur tools. Well, son of a bitch, I'm an amateur. So what the hell kind of tools am I gonna have? Like top of the line? Am I gonna get like snap-on stuff? Alright, I'm getting gloves. I know what's happening. I know what's happening. That out of the way. This is gonna be a fucking mess. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. So here's where we sit at the very moment. The bottom one, a little tricky to get on, but once you manage, it's good. I've got it up there pretty tight, and the clamps on everything, so we should be fine. Everything's bolted up, by the way. We're gonna put that back on. Yay. Nice. 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 I'm gonna give you a quick walk around of the engine and take you off the tripod. We'll show you everything, do a little recap. So here's the LMI intake that we already had installed. There's our billet tech pieces. Here's our engine cover, the new one, painted beautiful. There's our strut tower bar with a carbon fiber strut tower cover, and again the piece there from billet. Right? We've got our billet tech catch can. We've got the carbon fiber dipped pieces again. Here's the other one. Now I'm gonna say one quick thing about this. When you get the bar, it starts pushing things over a little bit. This is so close. In fact, it's probably very slightly touching down on the bottom area over there, which, you know, what are you gonna do? I can't control that, and this clip actually put a tiny little nick here that I'm gonna put touch-up paint on, but you know, it's the name of the game. Nothing's ever gonna stay absolutely perfect, but the overall look, the change that it gave this engine is pretty awesome in my book. This tank came out freaking so cool. So everything looks really nice. Everything fit pretty damn well. Have no problems, especially since these are tanks that were not on the car. That was concerning, but it works out good. This is going to be changed, so that won't be as shiny. It'll help tie everything in. And here you go. This is what everything looks like. I feel like we're missing one last piece. Well, actually, we're missing two last pieces. This is coming soon, and there's a piece here. I've seen it on Mango's car. I'm gonna look into it and see, you know, what my options are, if they have it in a piece of carbon fiber, or if I want to get something custom. So I'm gonna reach out to Billet Tech and see what we can come up with on that. But as of right now, But as of right now, this is what we got. I just want to say thank you for everybody that's being patient. There's so much more to come. Now that the engine bay is complete, as far as I'm concerned, you know, other than two little pieces, I'm gonna start focusing on my exterior parts a little bit, and then from there we're going on to wheels, tires, probably weld wheels. We're gonna get street radials, and we're gonna start getting prepped for HHP basically. But everything came out so awesome. I'm very excited, and that's it, guys. Again, thank you for watching. If I post the strut tower bar first, then you'll see that video. If not, head on over and watch that video. I had to do two parts because that was its own craziness, but everything looks awesome. It all came together. It's worth the headaches. 2 days. Today's the second day. Today I woke up feeling like shit, but it's worth it. So again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and have a good day.